Imagine yourself being the leader of Great Britain during World War II. Your troops are facing difficulties, and they need supplies to continue fighting. You have two choices. You either negotiate with allies for alternative resources and risk logistical delays, or you redirect food supplies from India to your troops, leading to 3 million people starving to death. Most of you likely chose option A, as it aligns with the morally right choice. However, the central figure of this video, Winston Churchill, chose option B, resulting in the deaths of 3 million innocent people he referred to as savages, later attributing the famine to the local population. This incident, which took place in 1943, perfectly illustrates the kind of man Churchill truly was beneath all the glory and glamour. Welcome to Darkside History, where I'll take you on a journey through the shadowy and controversial side of Winston Churchill. If you thought the only massacre that could be linked to Churchill was the one in India, you would be false. In 1910, miners in Tanipindi, Wales, protested for fair wages in a strike turned violent. Churchill, then the Home Secretary, sent in troops to suppress the unrest. The result was bloodshed, as miners were beaten and even shot by soldiers. While Churchill denied giving the order to fire, his decision to deploy the military instead of mediators remains a scar on his legacy. Now, I want you to imagine this. It's a cold February night in 1945. You're sitting at home in Dresden, a city untouched by much of the war's destruction. You feel a fragile sense of peace. The war seems far away, at least for now. Suddenly, the faint hum of engines fills the air. You step outside, and the sky glows red as hundreds of bombers descend like shadows. Within moments, the roar of explosions shatters your world. You try running, but it's already too late. The heat sears your lungs, and your life is taken away as this culturally rich town becomes a blazing inferno. This was the fate of over 25,000 people in Dresden, Germany, on a single night in February 1945. A city known for its cultural beauty and limited military importance was turned to ash in one of the most controversial bombing campaigns of World War II. But why did Churchill approve of the bombing of a city like this? Well, the most important factor was breaking the morale of the German troops by killing civilians and destroying a town known for its cultural significance. It also helped the march of the Soviet Red Army by causing chaos behind enemy lines. But do these reasons really justify this kind of massacre? Even Churchill himself questioned his own choice in a memo shortly after the attacks. It seems to me that the moment has come when the question of bombing of German cities simply for the sake of increasing terror, though under other pretexts, should be reviewed. Not only were some of Winston Churchill's actions on the global stage dark and controversial, but his personal battles also revealed a shadowy side to his inner life. Throughout his career, Churchill grappled with what he called his black dog, a metaphor for the crippling depression that haunted him. Behind the defiant speeches and public bravado was a man fighting profound feelings of despair and isolation. Despite being the prime minister, not many people wanted Churchill as their boss. He had a reputation for being exceptionally harsh on those who worked under him. Known for his sharp tongue and quick temper, he was infamous for berating staff and colleagues, often to the point of humiliation. His demanding and uncompromising nature, while driving high standards, created an environment of fear and tension around him. Last but not least, we can't go past his alcohol problems. Winston Churchill was known for his heavy drinking, which he often joked about but was a significant part of his daily life. He reportedly began his mornings with whiskey and soda, drank champagne and brandy throughout the day, and ended his evenings with more spirits. While his tolerance for alcohol became legendary, his reliance on it raised questions about its impact on his mental and physical health, as well as his decision-making during critical moments of his leadership. Winston Churchill remains one of history's most complex figures, a leader whose brilliance and resolve shaped the modern world, but whose darker sides leave room for reflection and debate. From controversial decisions to the shadows of his personal life, Churchill's legacy is one of triumph and turmoil. As we look back on his story, we're reminded that history's heroes are often deeply human, flawed, complicated, and capable of both greatness and darkness. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind history's most fascinating figures.